Yet another Identity 5 event is coming up, and the future isn't looking too good for the Identity 5 news people. For more news like this, stick around for this week's episode of This Week in Identity 5. Welcome back to another episode of This Week in Identity 5, guys. We've had quite a lot of news, a lot of rumors and stuff popping up that we got to discuss. So let's talk about everything today. What did we get last week? Well, last week we got the Children's Day event that was yet another small event that they've kind of given us for a week. By completing quests and also server quests, we can receive clues, fragments, a portrait and a portrait frame. And I think that the portrait frame is very nice. The portrait is nothing special to me. I must say all of these ones that come with the event kind of blur and seem the same to me. I'm not really paying too much attention to the fine details of the portrait. The portrait frame is quite nice. We also got the movie buff treasure hunt. It's something that pops up every now and then where you can spend sealed wax, that is like a special currency that you need to turn your normal red echoes into, to be able to spend that sealed wax on receiving different types of prizes. There are 10 different prizes that you can receive, and every time that you get a new prize, the cost will increase of how much you need to spend on each prize, but the first 10 that you get is for free. We also got an adjustment for Crystal Ball Tarot mode. There was an adjustment for Cowboy specifically. I don't exactly understand what was adjusted, but it says here that Cowboy can now not use his lasso to hit a target with a drastic height difference. I'm not completely sure what Cowboy's buff was in general in Crystal Tarot mode. Maybe it just adjusts how far he can lasso people from, and maybe this is because people were abusing it for hospital or something. I'm not completely sure. It would have to be someone who's higher up than you, because I don't think that you can kind of lower your reticle. Blink got a much needed rework, or a little bit of a fix, more of an adjustment, where now it's going to be a little bit more consistent at not giving you failed blinks where you just stay in the same place that you started from, because apparently there was an issue where if you tried to blink to an area where there was already a survivor there, then it would actually fail. So now they've made it so that if you do accidentally blink exactly to where survivor is, instead of blinking there, you'll blink a little bit to a different side. You won't exactly be where you want it to be. Well, not exactly, by a couple of centimeters probably. That is something that's good. It means less failed blinks. That is something that Blink is kind of notorious for. Also, by pressing and holding Blink, you'll also have a smoother control over it. That is something that PC at least has needed for a long time. I'm not sure about mobile, but it's been really difficult to use Blink and hold it. I most of the time don't hold Blink, because when you control it, it kind of goes crazy and starts spinning around and stuff, even though you're holding your mouse completely still. It's a little bit wonky, but hey, at least that's been fixed, or slightly fixed, because it's now smoother to control. That's really all we got last week. Let's talk about what we're going to get this week. Well, this week we're getting the new Essence, Season 1, Essence 2, Season 1? Wow, Phoenix. Season 21, Essence 2, with the strangely named S tier skin for Doctor. I'm not going to say the first word, but Shooter. I'm not really sure where the marketing team, why the marketing team thought this was a good idea to name this. We also are getting an A tier skin for Nightmare and an A tier skin for Novelist. That does lead me to think and wonder if they are going to be getting skins together, and all of the characters that are have multiple sides, the Survivor and the Hunter side, are going to be getting skins together at the same time. I really wish this would be the case, but I'm not completely sure. A lot of people are really excited for the S tier Doctor skin, and me personally, I'm really excited for the Nightmare skin, because Nightmare is one of my favorite character designs, character models you could say. We're also getting a new event this week called the Dragon Boat event, or as far as I understand that's what it's called, where it's yet again a small event similar to the one where we had the Children's Day one this week, and before that we had the Gamers Day event, Gamers Lover Day event and stuff like that. It seems like Netease is just giving us small events every week to kind of keep us playing the game as we are waiting for something. Maybe it's not waiting for something. But by completing this Dragon Boat event, as far as I know, I do not know what kind of stuff we'll be doing in this event, but you will be able to receive a special portrait frame that is quite nice in my opinion, some clues, some spyglasses, and some fragments as well, and I'm sure there'll be some other rewards as well. This is yet another small event, so it's nothing really that big, and you won't be getting too many spy glasses and clues and stuff, but I guess if you're kind of accumulating all this together, then you might be getting a lot from all of these small events to save up for something. I'm not completely sure. We should also be getting this week the photographer's once costume, as far as I remember. I may be completely wrong about that. It's a very fancy skin, and if you guys have watched the animation for it where they show the skin in the game, I think it looks much better than the art. A lot of people have been complaining about the art, about how it doesn't look good. I thought the art was pretty good in my opinion, and I think that he looks even better in the game. As far as I know, that's all we're getting this week. We probably will get some more adjustments. It's possible we might get the adjustments that I'm going to talk about now, but let's talk about what we can expect from the future and if the future is going to be a bit murky for us. Let's first talk about some upcoming skins that we'll be getting in the future. First of all, they've guaranteed which characters are going to be getting skins for the next Koa 5. But by that I mean not the characters that will be coming out in Essence, but instead the ones that will be purchasable, the champion skins. Like this year we got the Guard 26 and Mechanic skin, but for next year we'll be getting a special skin for Sculptor and a skin for Mercenary. Yes, yet another Sculptor skin and yet another Mercenary skin. Something connected to another big event, we might be getting the Hermes Shoe Forward skin back again for the next World Cup. I don't know what World Cup it's talking about. Is it a football World Cup? I'm not completely sure, but because I don't really follow sport too much, but I apparently will be getting this skin that is extremely limited and not many people have it at all. So this will be coming back because it's his first S tier skin, if I'm correct. We've had rumors that Gravekeeper will be getting the next Logic Path skin. This is of course all rumors, so we're not completely sure if this is completely confirmed because a lot of the stuff that has been leaked has been deleted, but apparently Gravekeeper will be getting the next Logic Path skin, and I wonder what that's going to look like. It's nice to see Gravekeeper getting some love. He's a character that kind of gets some love, but not completely that often. Also, there are rumors of Breaking Wheel getting the next One skin, and I'm really surprised to see him getting the next One skin because I thought they had like a OG style One skin thing first. And of course we're getting the Alexander the Great pet that's coming in mid-June, and I'm sure everyone is going to be buying that because it's a fan favorite pet. If anyone is questioning exactly how Identity 5 under Netease technically decide which characters are going to be getting which skins for all of the essences, well, Netease gave us a brief description and explanation as to how they decide it. I'm not going to explain it in today's video, but if you want to go and check it out, then you need to go and check Identity 5's Twitter page, and you'll be able to see the post where they answer tons of questions, one of which is how do you guys decide which characters get which essence skins? And I guess it makes some sense, but it doesn't make sense if you think about some of the things that they've decided to do. Some adjustments are coming up apparently. Evil Reptilian has been rumored for quite a while to be getting an adjustment. I also thought that Percy was rumored to be getting an adjustment, but that seems to have just evaporated. So Evil Reptilian is supposed to be getting an adjustment, of which Netease hasn't confirmed if it's going to be a buff or a nerf. They did ask in one of the questions to the devs, to which they just said he's getting adjustments. That means that I'm worried that he might be getting some nerfs somewhere too, like he did last time where he didn't need to be nerfed. I must say I don't see Evil Reptilians anymore, there aren't that many of them. Novelist is apparently going to get a complete rework, and I think this is understandable. Most people will probably be like, why is he getting that? He's kind of relatively new. The reason I can think of is because he is incredibly buggy. Netease is constantly, every single patch update, if you go and check the bug fixes, is fixing something for Novelist, and he is still incredibly buggy in the game and does not work like he's intended to. So I do understand why Novelist is going to be reworked, because I think they need to I think they just decided that they can't deal with so many bug fixes for one character every single week. And I think they want to make his abilities a little bit easier to work with and a little less game breaking. And I don't mean like as in he's really too powerful, I mean like the game crashes. Apparently Gardener is also going to be getting an adjustment near the end of this season. I don't really understand why. I think that she's in a good place. She isn't meta. I wouldn't say she's meta, but I think that she's pretty good where she is right now. She's a fun, exciting character to play. She has some kiting abilities. She has some fun interaction that can be really annoying in teams that are really well coordinated. So I'm not completely sure why she's getting that. Apparently Barmaid was also supposed to be getting an adjustment, but I'm not sure if that has also evaporated or not. It looks like rumors are coming and going. Some other things that will be probably coming to the game soon is that they are going to make it a little bit easier easier for beginners to get persona points. And this is something that I noticed when I made that second account for my video quite a long time ago, a few months ago maybe, where it did feel like persona points were really difficult to obtain, and I hadn't realized it when I first started playing. And as you guys all know, persona points are really important to get in Identity 5, but this is apparently going to make it a little bit easier to get persona points, so that's kind of cool. They're also going to possibly adjust daily tasks, because someone was asking about 3 wins being a little bit too much. They're going to make it a little bit easier for you daily players. And they're also going to make it easier for us to purchase waiting lobby dishes, because apparently the only currency we're going to be using, as far as I can tell, is using golden apples to buy these dishes. So that means that that's the only way we're going to be able to purchase them, and they need to make it a little bit easier, because I don't know how we get golden apples. And a little bit of news that might be sad for some people is that the link click crossover that is going to be coming soon, that Netease announced quite a while ago, is apparently going to be Echo only in the store. It's not going to be an Essence or anything like that. That is very sad. Something that has also been kind of mentioned, and I'm not sure if a lot of people are aware of this, but a lot of the Identity 5 leaking community, by this I mean people who like to leak news and get into the game files, are all getting kind of repressed by Netease, and I think they're getting some legal implications to this, meaning it's going to be pretty difficult now for us to get any leaks from the game, because people will face legal prosecution, and this is not something that anybody wants. I'm not sure why Netease is cracking down so much on this. Are they worried that there's something going to come out about a big event? I don't really understand. I feel like it would be nice if they just gave us more information, and I'm assuming that's what they're not going to do. I think they just want to keep us in the dark, and I'm not sure why. Let's move on to the Talk in the Manor, where I respond to your comments that you guys left on my recent video. Lakifa Wild says, very fun to watch and participate. True, Hellember might lack in chase, but in the good hands of good players, he can be a god at camping. And I do agree with this. Hellember is a really strong hunter in the right hands. A lot of people will argue whenever we talk about tier lists that, oh wow, this character is stronger than this character because this player plays it perfectly. Well, yes, but the thing is, when we're talking about tier lists, for example, there are some characters that are inherently stronger but on average, and even if we're talking about playing 2 people playing at the same skill level on that character, there are going to be more wins for certain characters because they're just better at getting wins than other ones. Deathwatch is 1-6 with some other characters that I cannot read, says, I do have an idea of improving the lockers. If a survivor hides inside the locker, the Hunter's Tinnitus will not be triggered. I do think this is a cool idea for lockers. I think that it makes them a little bit more viable. Getting rid of that tinnitus would be a great idea. This would of course go to the hunter's detriment, of course. I do think that would be a cool idea. It would also be cool if hunters could interact with lockers in some way or another. Maybe they could get temporary buffs by getting random things inside of lockers every now and then or something. Just something fun like that would be cool. Or once again, a killer or hunter that has an ability connected to lockers. Please, Netease, give us something cool like that. Do you think the adjustments for Eva Reptilian, Novelist and Gardener are a good idea? Do you think they are actually going to happen? Tell me down in the comments below and give me your theories as to what they might be. Whilst you're down there, remember to like and subscribe, and I really wanted to thank you guys for making the Identity 5 Mental Health Weekend such a success. I was expecting us to maybe reach $100. You guys blew past it, and we're now currently sitting at the time of me talking at $800 and something. That is crazy, and you guys have helped so many people. So I really thank you, as something that's really important to me and to many people who have been streaming too. So thank you so much, guys. I'm going to leave you with that. Have a great day, guys. Bye bye.